Let me ask you something. Have you ever gotten good news and the first thing you did was shrink it? Maybe just in your head, or maybe you said out loud, it's nothing. Let's just see how it goes. Or it probably won't even last. Before you even get to feel it, you've softened it and you've moved on. And here's the part that's surprising. The part you're missing isn't the news itself. It's that tiny spark of feeling that comes with it. That pride, relief, or joy that could actually change your day. Today we're going to slow down that moment. We're noticing it, feeling it, and letting it matter. And that's okay. Picture this. You're standing in line at the coffee shop. You check your phone. A text pops up from a friend. They loved your idea. You nailed it. You read it. And before you smile or react, your brain says, okay, don't make a big deal of this. You put your phone down and you go about your day. That little spark of pride, relief, or satisfaction, it slips past, almost entirely unnoticed. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast where we explore the ups and downs of life and remind ourselves that whatever we're feeling, it's for a reason, and that's okay. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host and a passionate believer that every feeling matters and every step forward counts. Each week, we'll dive into real-life challenges, share relatable experiences, and uncover simple, actionable steps to help you navigate it all. So let's take a deep breath, lean in, and get started. Most of the time, downplaying isn't about not believing the good news. It's usually about everything else racing through your head. What if someone else is struggling? What if it sounds like I'm bragging? What if it doesn't last? Instead of letting the moment sit, you soften it, disqualify it, and move on entirely. When we downplay wins, even the tiny ones, we're teaching our brains that progress doesn't matter. Confidence takes a hit. Each time we minimize an accomplishment, it becomes harder to feel capable. Motivation fades. Wins are fuel, so skipping them leaves your tank half empty. You miss out on joy. Happiness is in those small sparks. A text, a task completed, a short walk. When we ignore them, we lose that lift, and we model it after others. Rarely acknowledging wins teach those around us to do the same. Every time we skip pausing to feel success, we lose practice in feeling accomplishment, confidence, and satisfaction. Here's an example of a morning win. You woke up on time, made your coffee, got out the door without hitting snooze. As you sip your coffee and take a deep breath, you notice a little spark, pride, that quiet sense of accomplishment that says you did it. You got up this morning. You are ready. There's momentum in starting your day right, and relief that you're on schedule. But if you rush off to the next task, that feeling fades before you can even notice it. How about a work win? You finally sent that email you've been dreading. A brief moment of satisfaction hits you. Relief that it's just done. A small sense of pride that you handled something that was weighing on you. If you immediately move on, you might not even register that you did something well. In relationships, let's talk about a text to a friend. It could just be to check in. They respond, "That really made my day. Thank you so much." You feel the warmth of the connection, a quiet joy in making a difference, but if you scroll away quickly, that spark passes unnoticed. A personal win. You decide to take 5 minutes to stretch or go for a walk. Even though it's small, as you move, you feel the relief in your body, a sense of calm and taking care of yourself, a subtle pride in showing up for yourself. And if you immediately jump back into the next task, that feeling disappears before it even registers. Here's the beauty. Small wins matter. Even tiny moments trigger the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine. That "I notice you" chemical tells your brain that you did something meaningful, and it reinforces the behavior. Research shows that acknowledging small successes increases motivation, improves mood, and builds momentum for bigger wins. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. Even noticing a short walk, a meal you cook, a text you sent that mattered, all of those things can change your day. Pause for a moment. Think about the last small win you had, today or yesterday. You replied to that tricky email. You made your bed before going to work. You took a walk. You sent a kind message to someone. Notice how it felt. That little spark. Pride, relief, satisfaction, connection. Even small and quiet, it matters. And the more you let yourself feel those moments, the more your brain starts noticing good things instead of rushing past them. And that's okay. So I have, of course, some action steps for you. When something happens good, even tiny, pause. Take a breath. Let yourself feel it just for a minute. What happens when you do this is that your brain starts to recognize progress instead of rushing past it. Dopamine is released, creating a subtle lift in mood and motivation. You begin to build a habit of valuing your efforts, even the small ones. Listen, we all know we celebrate the big ones, but let's start celebrating those small ones too. Take a deep breath and silently name the win. I finished that email. Close your eyes briefly and notice your body. Your shoulders relax. Your chest lifts. A smile forms. Allow yourself to savor the moment without moving immediately to the next task. Step 2 is noticing your words. Do you soften or disqualify the win when you're sharing it? Try stating it plainly. I finished that task. Just the facts. When you downplay your own wins, your brain stops recording progress as meaningful. When you notice others minimizing theirs, you can choose to respond in a way that validates and reinforces their win, which strengthens your relationships. Instead of saying, "It was nothing," try, "I got that done and I'm glad I did." If a friend says, "I just finished that project, but it's no big deal," respond with acknowledgement. "That's awesome. That's such a big step. I know you've been working on that really hard lately." Try this with small wins first. Sending a text, finishing a small task, making a small decision, before scaling to bigger achievements. Step 3 is making sure you're connecting the feeling to the effort. Ask, what did this take from me? Even small wins require effort, focus, courage, persistence. Recognizing that effort deepens the feeling. If you finished a task that you've been dreading, note the focus, persistence, self-discipline that was involved. If you reached out to someone, recognize the courage it took to reconnect. If you got up early to exercise or move, recognize the choice you made and your own well-being. This step deepens the reward in your brain. It's not just the outcome, it's your effort that counts. By connecting the effort to the outcome, you're also building self-confidence and resilience, not relying on external validation. And then sit back and observe the ripple. Pay attention to what happens after you do this for the next few hours or days. Other wins may feel easier to notice. Your mood may lift, patterns shift, and how you approach the next task may look different. Some examples of how to do this may be to journal briefly. Today I noticed finishing that report gave me a small boost, and later I caught myself recognizing another win. Reflect on patterns. Are there moments where you used to minimize, but now you pause and feel? Observing the ripple helps you see the real impact of noticing wins. It reinforces the habit and creates a positive feedback loop that your brain starts expecting to notice. and value wins, building motivation, confidence, and joy. Because focusing on small positive experiences consistently improves emotional well-being, motivation, and resilience. Noticing and savoring small wins isn't bragging. It's letting your brain recognize progress. You might still downplay moments sometimes. You might still move on too quickly. And that's okay. You don't have to celebrate everything loudly. You don't have to tell everyone. You don't have to make it dramatic. But you do deserve to feel it. Even small wins. The spark of pride, relief, and connection are all worth noticing. So pause, breathe, and let that feeling wash over you. That small spark, it's part of your story, and it matters. And that's okay. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of And That's Okay. I hope our conversation left you encouraged and equipped with practical steps you can start using in your own life today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need this message. And if you're loving the podcast, you'll definitely want to grab a copy of my book, And That's Okay. It's available on Amazon or through my website. Just check the link in my bio or the captions of this episode. For daily inspiration, reflections, and more tools to support your growth, come connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear how you're applying these steps in your own life. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that I'm not a licensed doctor or therapist. I'm simply sharing experiences and insights that have helped me and others like me along the way. Remember, whatever you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay.